I love the way the First Gen Lounge makes me feel.
Because it creates a space where I belong.
Where we're able to create community.
The fact that it's a community.
It's a safe place.
It also gives me a place to understand different perspectives.
The stories of these individuals prescribe transformational perspective.
I receive encouragement, enlightenment, empowerment.
And also serve as a catalyst to just keep going.
Where we're able to be our true selves.
I'm allowed to be an unapologetic First Gen.
And above all else, tell our story.
And every episode is unique.
I love it.
I'm your host, Dr. Eve, and I'd like to welcome you to the First Gen Lounge.
Hey, y'all. Okay, y'all here. You here? What's up, boo? So as always, I want to thank you for being in this space, for growing, learning, and sharing with me. In case you haven't heard the news yet, at the time of this recording, we have surpassed 17.3 thousand downloads, and we have reached more than 30 countries. Yo! Okay, so like for real, I can't imagine. I never imagined. Let me just put it that way. So I am just shout out to every one of you who've had anything to do with making this happen. I am so incredibly grateful, and I'm so moved because it just hit me like, yo, I'm saying 30 countries to you, and I've only ever lived in one. Okay. And yeah, just wild. It's wild. So wow. Yeah. It's wild and wild. Yeah. So y'all know I don't like to spend a whole lot of time playing around, just whatever. I am dedicating today's show to all y'all who are feeling stuck. Don't you just love being stuck? Of course you do. But speaking of being stuck, I'm going to do a really quick shameless plug to all of you who've graduated from college and y'all out now and y'all got this summer blues that's happening. I have an extra boost for you. So go and check out my guest blog post with First Gen Rise. Shout out to my homegirl, Onande Altima, for the work that she's doing with First Gens. I see you, boo. A link to that particular blog is in the show notes, so check that out. So yeah, for all y'all out there that's feeling stuck, I got a little something for you. And I'm gonna be honest, y'all know I like to share what I'm thinking and feeling, as I process through things in my own life. And I started thinking about all the times I've ever been stuck in my life. And I said, what are some of the things that you can do to get unstuck? Because being stuck just sucks, right? It just sucks. Who likes to be stuck? So I have 3 steps. I'm making it easy today. 3 steps for helping you to get unstuck. You ready? Okay. Number 1, take some time to search yourself and be brutally honest about what it is that you're after. Have you ever noticed that most of the time when we're in situations when we feel stuck, more often than not, it's just that we simply struggle with being real about what it is that we really want. So you be sitting up worried about everybody and everything but yourself. And sometimes you be all in your head about the uncertainty about what's going on and what's going to happen in the future based off the decision that you make. I'm stuck. Yet if for a moment in time, if you just didn't think too much about everybody else and everything else, all the external factors, if you just didn't get overwhelmed with thinking about the future, ask yourself, what is it that I'm really after? Really sit with yourself and search yourself and figure out what it is that you want. Like, what is it that I want? So that's step number 1, take some time to sit with yourself, figure out what you're really after. And once you figure out what you're after, you want to move into step 2. And that is figuring out your options. You got a whole lot of figuring out to do, don't you? You do. But really, once you say, well, I know that this is what I'm after and I'm sure about it and I don't care about the judgment that comes with it, if there is judgment, or I'm not going to worry so much about what everybody has to say about it. Now, what can I do going forward? What are my options? When you're thinking about what your options are and you think about what it is that you want, you can still be in an uncomfortable headspace, because a lot of times being stuck doesn't necessarily come with positive associations, although being stuck isn't always dramatic either. But this is for the people who are just having those, God, I just hate being right here, right now, kind of moments. And so these are the things to where these are really big life decisions. I mean, sometimes small decisions that may have big impact, right? But here it is. To get out that headspace and to act on what you have to know your options. And hear me when I say this. You always have options. Please don't let people tell you that you don't have options. Don't for once think for yourself that you don't have options, because the thing is, you may not like the options that you have. However, you always have an option. You always have options. Let me correct that. So a good way to conceptualize your options is to reflect. And y'all know I'm good for reflecting. I love reflecting, and I think that y'all are too, because I love you. So in reflecting, write out what you think your options may be on a piece of paper. Actually see the options. You can journal it out, or you can even create some kind of diagram. Depending on the kind of day I'm having, I might do one or the other. And you want to write and reflect and write and reflect and sit with yourself until something resonates with you, until it feels right. So just as you taking the time to be honest about what it is that you're after, then what of the options that you have is a thing that's really just sitting with you, that you're like, you know what, this is right, and I'm gonna trust this, and I'm gonna roll with it. Now, if you're somebody who likes to process things out loud, you can literally talk to yourself. And that means asking yourself questions, back and forth, going back and forth. Don't let people tell you that you're crazy and make you think that you're crazy. I have tried this before. I talk to myself in the car sometimes when I'm driving and it's quiet. And sometimes those answers just come to me because I'm like, yo, what do I think about this? I hear it. And because I'm hearing it, I'm processing it. So I've learned to process things in different ways, be it one that I'm journaling and writing and doing diagrams, or I'm talking it out. But for those of you who just really have to have feedback and you don't want to just have a conversation with yourself, again, no judgment, talk to somebody, a therapist, a family member, or a trusted friend to work through your options. Which of these options do I have that makes sense? What do you think about this? What are some of the implications of it? So again, telling you generally to get you to apply this to whatever situation that you have, but you have to figure out your options. After you figured out what you want, you figured out what your options are. And after you've done those two things, here's the thing that's probably going to make you sometimes the most uncomfortable, depending on how stuck you are. Now that you're honest with yourself, because just all of this about getting unstuck is about being honest with yourself, right? And let me say this right quick before I tell you number 3. Looking at your options and not making a choice is still making a choice to stay stuck, okay? Just know that. So for number 3, make a decision and take action. Aha, okay, like how I rolled into that one. Okay, I actually like how I did that one. I'm proud of myself. Pat on the back. Here's the reason why. Now that you are knowing what you're after, and now that you know what your options are, you gotta choose and you gotta do something. Because the only way you really get out of being stuck is to move forward, and moving forward requires that you take action. So one thing that can be really helpful for being able to make a decision and to take action is to set yourself a deadline. So let's just say you're in a situation and you're like, yeah, okay, I know this is what I want to do, but I'm just not ready to do it. Well, say, well, I'm just go ahead and do it tomorrow, or next Monday, I'm going to go ahead and execute. Or if it's even as, going back to making a decision, well, I know on Tuesday, I need to have a decision made. Set deadlines for yourself, because what that will do is get you out of your head and it'll keep you from doing all the back and forth with yourself and driving yourself nuts and staying stuck. Because the whole point of getting unstuck is to move forward, right? You don't want to move back. You want to move forward, because otherwise you're just going to stay in the stuckness. I remember my mama said something to me a long time ago and I did not understand it. But now that I'm a grown ass woman, I get it. She said to me, when you make a decision, stick to it, no matter what happens. And I used to think, that's crazy. That's crazy. But the thing that I understand now is that when we make decisions, the decision is the decision for this moment, and it's the best decision that you can make. Okay. So making a decision now about how you want to move forward in your life or what to do with that is only going to get you to the next step. But you can always make another decision once you've learned what you needed to learn from the decision that you made prior. When it's time for you to switch and pivot, just make the next decision. You are only ever doing the best you can, considering the circumstance and where you are in your life and with the information that you have. The thing for you is to continue to move forward. So after you have decided what you're after you have figured out your options, after you have made a decision, it's not the end. That's the thing. It's not the end. So something that I'm realizing is the idea of being unstuck is just to move forward, and move forward means to make a decision. Then if I make a decision and realize this wasn't it, make another one. and that's the beauty. And it's still sticking to it, because you say, hey, I'm going to choose to do A when I can do B. But if A doesn't work out, guess what? You can still do B. Okay. All right. Okay. Don't you just love it? Yes. But folks, when I'm riding solo, I like to get in and get out so y'all can go. So really just wanted to take a moment and help those of you really quickly who are feeling stuck in the season of your life, or who may be feeling, stuck in future seasons, give you something to get yourself unstuck. All right. And real quick, don't really do this. I don't really do this, but I got to do it now. I want to give a really special shout out. I'm really special. Yes, it is. Because I have a new little friend. Her name is Layla Range, y'all. And she has been listening to this show with her mama. So thank you, little mama, for enjoying the show with your mama. I really appreciate knowing that there are youth out there who are being touched by this and who are enjoying it. Like, you know, they getting ready to be first gen graduates too. So yeah, but Layla Range, you know, shout out to you, little mama. I hope you getting cute for summertime and you enjoy the pool. All right. But that's all I have for y'all today. That's really all I have. If you at any point during this show was like, that's a sign that you need to go ahead and subscribe. So do that and then share with all your friends, coworkers, uncles, aunts, cousins, grandmas, exes, everybody, okay? Let's continue to push this podcast forward. And if you want to continue to get resources to help you stay inspired, empowered, and uplifted as you navigate this journey of life, I want to invite you to join the First Gen family, where I share only through email exclusive insights, updates, and giveaways and event information. So it's all there at thepurposeprofessor.com/family. And for those of you who like what you just say, the link is in the show notes. So just First Gen family, join the family. The link is in the show notes. Yeah, show notes. I be tripping myself out. So yeah, until the next time, beautiful, intelligent, gorgeous, enough, worthy, handsome, fly, all that, right? Don't forget to be resilient, authentic, and intentional at all that you do. And no matter what, keep pressing forward. All right. I love you. Peace.